Welcome back to the channel. Thrifty Lobster here, and we got to make this quick, simple, and to the point because I got a lot of things going on. It's Sunday morning, so the top of the day to you folks. Appreciate you coming in and checking out my chaos. I'm sitting inside the middle of the death pile. So last night, for the last couple days, because it's getting closer to the end of the month, I made a goal to myself that I must finish my free listings in time. I've got about 50 some more to do, and I've got like 3 days to do it in. So that's not a problem. Last night we only did like 12. But we managed to pull through on a live. We pulled through some boxes, and we got some smallsies on there. We got some toys on there. We got some things that we can put online that'll be very beneficial for the Q4. Excuse me for fumbling on my tongue there. But anyway, I don't edit, so you're stuck with it. So anyway, I'm a part-time reseller, full-time father, and during this pandemic, I've been doing nothing but selling online to try to make ends meet. On this channel, if you haven't already discovered, I do a lot of kind of crazy things. I recycle. I talk about things in the news that has to do with reselling or how to make ends meet, how to get resources from governmental agencies, how to take your car that doesn't work and turn it in, and if your state has a program like that, you can get some money. What? These are the things that I do in this channel that keep me and my family alive. It's survival, man. It's all survival. I may not live in the woods. I may not live off the grid, but I live in a city, and I'm going to tell you it's probably just as tough. We just don't have, like, grizzly bears walking down the street, but there's probably a few that are like two-legged. I'm not sure. But anyway, today I want to talk about two things that have really got under my skin with Amazon. And one of them is basically other sellers doing it, and the other one I think is Amazon. Pretty sure it is. But the first one, on Amazon.com or Amazon.ca.com, an individual can change the title. An individual can change the description. It's one listing, multiple sellers. If you didn't already know that, you don't control the listing unless you created it. But if you create it, people can go in and change it. It can be hijacked all the time. And with retail arbitrage, that's the constant thing. So if you're going to retail arbitrage things on Amazon, I haven't necessarily noticed this with books. But in the food and grocery category, notorious for people being silly, stupid, and just downright dumb. Okay, pardon me, but I have to say it. I am so fed up with it. I'm so fed up with it. The food category is a very good category to get into, but I'm tired of these individuals who jump in, who think they're going to get rich overnight, and come in 6 months, you don't see them anymore. Why is that? Because they gave up. They're quitters. Right now, I have a problem with an order that went out. It hasn't come back and lashed me yet, but I did submit a suggestion to Amazon via email, via the listing, that it's improper. It was confusing for the customer to have the title state one thing and the description say another. It's going to be misleading. Originally, when I posted this individual piece, it was for one package, a 12 count of Keurig little coffee cups. I had originally bought 3 of them, and I found a listing that had 2, and I sold them, and they sold right away. So the third one was, I don't have a machine, so I love coffee, but these were apple cider kind of things, so I'm not into that kind of thing. So I thought, okay, I'll sell it on Amazon, and I sold it. Problem is, somebody went in there with their little fingers and changed the title to a 6-pack. Who is going to sell 6 boxes of these little Keurig boxes of 12 counts for $14? Oh, you moron. Anyway, so in the description or the bullet points of that listing, it does say you will receive 1 package, and I'm going to just throw this out there. If you're the guy or girl who did that, shame on you for not going down and changing the rest of the information. You impatient piece of fumbling foul. Ugh, irritates me. It really does. So, going off to the other tangent, Amazon.ca.com, again, another great platform to sell things on. It's not as fast as it is here in the States, but it does open up more opportunities. The same products that I have here, believe it or not, gets transferred over to the CA one, but there's a few that don't get picked up, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But I get more of the buy boxes over in Canada than I do here in the States because there's so much competition over here. But here's the thing, what I've noticed is that what Amazon will do is it will transfer your information when you download it to the Amazon.com platform. It will transfer over to Canada or Mexico. So Northern America has those 3 platforms. But what I found out, oh, excuse me, it's been a long night. What I found out is a lot of these titles don't make sense. Like I saw an item that I had. It was a tape deck thing for your car to plug in for a tape deck for it to play like your iPod or a CD or whatever. I don't know. I pulled it. So on Amazon.com, I was like one of like 70 some people. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. So I went over to the Canadian one. I was the buy box. I was the only one selling it. So I was like, okay, that's cool. But the sales rank was super high. And the thing is the title. The title was like really weird. It started with an @ sign. I was like, nah, this ain't cool. I'm not dealing with this. I don't like to go messing around with the titles. I will report a listing if it doesn't seem to be right, and I probably will go back and do that, but I'm not going to sell that product. I don't think Canadians, with the amount of disposable income that they have, I don't think Canadians are driving around with like pre-2000 cars with tape decks in them. They might be, I don't know. But they're very fickle and very, is it fickle or fickle? I don't know. It's one or the other. It's an F or T, or a T or an F. I'm in the middle of a pre-record and I'm not going to edit it. So it is what it is. The reason why I don't edit, because I don't like going like this every time you see my video. And I'm trying to piece all my words together. Besides, I'm so ignorant that I cannot figure out my phone. And this is just what you get, okay? So one thing I've noticed is that Canadians don't buy books, at least from people from the United States, because of the shipping cost. They buy books from other fellow Canadians. Or they're smart enough to know that because they live in Canada and they get free healthcare, that they can go to a store and probably get it for cheap. This is not working today. I don't feel good. Nah. Yeah, you're sitting here watching me drink coffee and swallowing my snot. I'm telling you. I keep it real. I would probably be more embarrassed if you and I were sitting face to face with each other. I wouldn't have done that in front of you. But yet I can do that on a video for having like 30 people watch later. I hope you enjoy it. If you've made it this far, see, that's the thing with my videos. I do surprise things towards the end. Because no one ever gets to this point. No one ever gets to this point. Because, why? Because as human beings, we only got maybe 8 seconds. 8 seconds? A cowboy can ride a bull longer than that, even though that's the requirement. But here's the thing with the Canadian one. So these items get transferred over from Amazon.com to Amazon.ca.com. The titles are whacked. So you've got issues with incorrect information right from the start. There's no descriptions. These things have been developed, but they've been sitting for so long that nobody's gone in and taken. They're archaic. They gotta blow the dust off of them in a sense. But yet there's so much opportunity over there. And then another thing that kills me is when you do the conversion from the American dollar to the Canadian loon, it's about $1.34 on the upside on the Canadian loon. So for every buck, you got to jack your price up $1.34 or so, because it's traded on the market, obviously. But Amazon does that for you in some cases. Now, in some of my listings, it worked, and some of it didn't. It ended up not going on the platform, but it showed a zero amount for the price of the listing. So I had to go in and figure out what the price is. And then I put the price in, and what it does is it reads the price and the shipping. A lot of my items that I sell in Canada are first class. So it's roughly about, I would say, 23 Canadian loons to ship over first class, up to 4 pounds. Okay, so that's That's a fair amount of money for first class, but it takes forever. It takes about 2 weeks to get to Canada. I don't know what happens. It sits and goes through customs and all that other stuff. So for some reason, the computer is saying, you know what, that's too much. I've got a guy that's selling a product for $14, $16 somewhere in there. So I'm selling mine for $17.99 plus the shipping. The computer kicked it back saying I had a potential price error. And so I just dropped it. I'm tired of messing with this. I'm tired of messing with Amazon. I'm tired of messing with this whole Canadian platform. It's getting ridiculous. The titles are screwed up. People are going in and screwing up the listing. Don't touch the listing. Make your own damn listing. If you're going in and doing retail arbitrage, make your own lotted up listing like you would in eBay. Okay? Stop touching the darn listings, man. Jeez. Just wanted to say that. Driving me crazy. It's a Sunday morning. I already have blood pressure issues, and now you're just taking it to the top, man. Jeez. What is your problem, son? By the way, if you're 11 minutes and 20 seconds into this video, and you heard that we were smoking chicken, we whacked it last night. We WAC'd it. It was so good. That was some wet chicken. It was really good. And here's the secret. What I did to it is I put it off to the side of the coals, indirect cooked, and it was partially frozen. You're like, why is that? Well, it took 2.5, almost 3 hours to cook it. But the reason for that is because it stayed moist the whole time. That is the secret. I will share that with you right now. There you go. So that's the end of the video. That's the end of the rant. And hopefully this will make the cut. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I gotta go. I'll see you later.